my life. And once you find out from God, guess what? It is a blast. Has all my time since I started preaching been great? Heck no. Heck no. I've had people spit on me. I've had people try to choke me when I've dealt, ministering and stuff like that. I've had some times, we won't take up tonight, but I could have y'all just laughing until you got peed all over yourself. Some of the stuff that happened when I first started ministering. I am serious. The first time I stood up to do something like this in church, after I said, I'm through, I thought I was going to go over and sit down. And guess what? People started jumping up, and I was like, and I looked over here at the pastor, and he just sat there, and I was like, oh, God help me, what's wrong with these people? I didn't know what they were doing, but see, they were so touched by what I said because they used to know me back when I was really a mean snot. And now, I'm standing up, saying I love the Lord. But anyway, what I'm getting at is I was 33 years old. But as I look back on my life, and me and my wife have talked about this, as I look back on my life, guess what? When I was younger than y'all was, I could see God trying to not come up and go, but I could see where God had worked with my life and stuff. And I mean, there's been several times I've been in car wrecks, should have been dead and everything like that. But when God told me, that He wanted me to preach, I was like, okay, I'll sing in the choir. That's not what God called me to do. And He said, no. I went through every position in the church that I knew of, which wasn't a lot. And finally I said, okay, I tell you what, I'll scrub the toilets. I'll be there and I'll scrub every toilet in the church. And God said, no, that's not what I want you to do. I want you to do this. So anyway, for a whole week, y'all, I prayed and I said, God, send somebody to talk to me, okay? Now see, I hadn't been going to church. I didn't know none of the church scenes, so to speak. I hadn't been out of the service less than a year. And nobody came. Well, when I stood up in church and said, God's called me to preach, and I'm answering the call, didn't really know what that meant. Two people stood up and was squalling. And they was like, please forgive me, Brother Richard. And I was like, okay. I had no clue what they wanted me to forgive them about. I was like, okay. One of them was a guy my age, the other one was one of my teachers in school. Both of them said the same thing. They said, God told me to come talk to you this week about what it's like to be a preacher. And we were afraid we would offend you. They never came. What if they had not come and I would have said, forget it?